90 days until Taiwan's local elections, candidates register and a new contender for Taipei mayor. Taiwan's opposition Kuomintang wraps up its annual party congress and looks to put recent failures behind it. The US Navy makes its first transit of the Taiwan Strait since Nancy Pelosi's visit, and another Chinese drone flies over Taiwan's outlying islands. A historic site in New Taipei City lights up to welcome Taiwan's National Cultural Heritage Day. A warm welcome to TaiwanPlus News. I'm Yin Khvat. The 90-day countdown has started to Taiwan's local elections. Voters will be heading to the polls nationwide on November 26th. They will choose their local representatives, everyone from neighbourhood chiefs all the way up to county magistrates and city mayors. And as Louise Watt reports, the race to lead Taipei City has just gotten hotter, with a new contender throwing her hat in the ring.
3 months till Taiwan's local elections. Many candidates have already announced they'll run, but Monday is the first day to officially register. Taipei's Deputy Mayor Huang Shanshan announced she would stand for the city's top job. She has yet to present her policies, but suggested they'd be based on current urban development plans.
东西区门户计划作为基础，我们会向北跟向南延伸，成为东西南北均衡发展的首都计划双轴线，转动台北市未来50年的发展。
She'll be joining the race as an independent against Chen Shizhong of the ruling Democratic Progressive Party and Jiang Wan-an, representing the main opposition party, the Kuomintang, or KMT. Jiang, a legislator and great-grandson of Taiwan's former authoritarian leader Chiang Kai-shek, on Sunday unveiled his sports policy, saying he wants to get the public exercising more by offering them health bonus points they can then exchange.
我们通过红利点数可以让市民取得包括公车票、捷运票以及美术馆门票，和所有跟市府有合作企业的厂商可以取得消费的折扣。
While former health minister turned mayoral candidate Chen Shizhong says he wants to increase the proportion of social housing in Taipei's mix from 2% to about 6%.
自我承诺，在这个任期之内，它会达到57000户6%这样的一个国际的水平，社会住宅的租金都调降10%。
These elections take place every 4 years, and in the past they've also been seen as a barometer of the popularity of the national government.
The Taipei mayoral election is going to be drawing most attention, as it's often seen as a step to the presidency. On voting day, 19 million eligible voters across Taiwan will be choosing more than 11,000 officials, from mayors to district councillors.
Candidates have until Friday to register for the November 26th elections. Then it'll be weeks of serious campaigning as they try to win the public's vote. Damon Lin and Louise Watt for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's largest opposition party, the Kuomintang, or KMT, has wrapped up its annual congress. As Ed Moon reports, the party is looking to change its fortunes.
Taiwan's largest opposition party, the Kuomintang, or KMT, parades what it hopes will be an all-star lineup for November's local elections.
每一位都是实实在在做事情，做实事，做好事，做对的事情。
After a string of electoral failures over the last few years, the KMT is looking to recreate the success it had in the 2018 elections. That year, the party won 15 of Taiwan's 21 local heads of government, gaining 9 seats. And although its victorious candidate in the southern city of Kaohsiung was later recalled, the party remains in a strong position this year. The incumbent mayors of 2 of Taiwan's biggest cities, Hou You-yi in New Taipei and Liu Shouyan in Taichung, are both leading in the polls. And the party also stands a good chance of winning back former strongholds in the northern cities of Taipei, Hsinchu, Taoyuan and Keelung. But recent events have put a damper on the KMT's momentum. A visit by a party official to China has drawn condemnation from the ruling Democratic Progressive Party and even some members of the KMT, It follows unprecedentedly large-scale military exercises held by China around Taiwan earlier this month. Those are in reaction to the highest-level visit by a US official to Taipei in 25 years. But leading party figures have defended the visit, saying lines of communication with Beijing are still needed.
抗中保台，它就要拿出实际的行动，不要光靠这个键盘，不要光靠嘴炮，直接用行动来讲。如果做不到就闭嘴。
Local elections in Taiwan are traditionally fought on issues closer to home, with relations with Beijing taking a back seat. Now its candidates are decided, the KMT will be hoping it can still deliver a home run. Klein Wang and Ed Moon for TaiwanPlus.
2 US cruisers have sailed through the Taiwan Strait, marking the first such transit since tensions between Taiwan and China ratcheted up this month. Beijing launched large-scale military exercises in objection to a visit by the US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi in early August. And as Ryan Hoker-Patrick reports, China is still engaging in military activity around Taiwan.
A routine operation for the US Navy, but a first since the visit of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, as 2 guided missile cruisers sailed through the Taiwan Strait this weekend. The 7th Fleet Command said the transit demonstrated freedom of navigation on the high seas, which some see as a response to recent maneuvering by Beijing. China has stepped up its military activity around Taiwan since the visit earlier this month. On the western shores of the strait, a commercial drone from China again harried Taiwan's frontline defenders. It circled over troops stationed on Liuyu in the outlying county of Kinmen. The footage made the rounds on Chinese social media, with the Taiwan flag blurred out. Less than 10 kilometers from the Chinese city of Xiamen, Taiwan's Kinmen is one of the closest points to China's mainland. There was a similar incursion on August 16th over Kinmen's Ardan Islet. Like the last time, the drone flew away after troops fired a warning flare. The military says this is its standard operating procedure, but others are calling for a tougher response.
只是消极的，就是说反正就推嘛，这个已经上升到国安层次的，我觉得必须赶快通知之后做一个相关的检讨比较重要。军方不要再当鸵鸟了，我们军方有些单位有配置，赶快去跟他们借啊，没有什么好讲的。
Critics say the incidents aren't just an embarrassment, but a real security risk, allowing anyone in China to collect intelligence on Taiwan's defenses. The military says it will take necessary measures to stop these incursions, but many are starting to feel that Taiwan needs to start considering a more decisive response. Ryan Hill-Kilpatrick for TaiwanPlus.
Guatemala's new Foreign Minister, Mario Bucaro, has arrived in Taiwan on his first ever official trip to the country. During his 5-day visit, Bucaro is scheduled to meet with President Tsai Ing-wen and Foreign Minister Joseph Wu. He is also expected to sign a bilateral deal on diplomatic training. Guatemala is one of Taiwan's 14 remaining diplomatic allies. The country's president has vowed to maintain ties with Taipei, despite increasing pressure from Beijing for it to switch recognition.
In this official visit, I am sure that we are opening a new chapter of work, hope, and wishing the best to our peoples in order that we can be able to tell the world that we are like-minded countries, and Taiwan and Guatemala, we will always be allies. Thank you so much.
16 Taiwanese citizens have been released from captivity after being imprisoned by human traffickers in Myanmar. The traffickers released the captives without demanding a ransom. Officials say more victims are being let go without cash payments due to mounting international pressure. They were flown back home with assistance from Thai police. Taiwanese officials say 3 of the returnees are wanted for criminal activity and may have been working with the traffickers.
其中有3名通缉犯，里面有从事招募的人蛇集团，以及在机房里面担任干部的机手头。
Taiwan is experiencing an unusually dry summer. The country has received the lowest levels of rainfall in August since 2008. And as Eric Gao reports, the drought is hitting Geelong City in the very north especially hard.
It's normally known for its wet weather, but over the past couple of months, the city of Geelong hasn't had a drop of rain. The local reservoir is now at about a third of capacity, and officials are worried.
经过评估，将基隆地区转为 黄灯，那实施夜间减压供水。
The water conservation measures will start on September 3rd. The Geelong government says it is taking steps to make sure local residents aren't affected too much.
这个有30多部的一个水车，都在待命哦。只要有这个水压比较低，或者是缺水的一个社区，我们就会这个用水车来进行相关的一个供水。
Residents are making preparations for the decreased water supplies.
大家都有难嘛，所以有时候可能大家辛苦一点，限水限一点，好像也可以接受了。
先提早准备好储备的用水这样子，对，会有一点点影响啊，当然就天气因素啊。
It's not just in Geelong, though. The drought situation across northern Taiwan is worsening. Officials are going to attempt and generate some artificial rain. But weather experts say until a real storm arrives, there won't be much relief. Rick E. and Eric Gao for TaiwanPlus.
A decades-old shipwreck is leaking oil off the southeast coast of Taiwan. The South Korean ship sank near Orchid Island back in 1983. Diving instructors spotted black bubbles of oil rising from the nearly 10,000-ton ship. The oil is leaking slowly for now. Local environmental protection officials are working with the Coast Guard to contain it.
我们有接获沉船漏油的消息，那目前正在进一步了解，沉船的位置，还有漏油的状况还有它的这一个范围。
Taiwan has passed a grim COVID-19 milestone. The country has now recorded more than 9,000 COVID deaths this year. Most of the fatalities were elderly people with pre-existing medical conditions, but several children have also died from the disease. The government began offering the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine to children under 5 this past weekend. Meanwhile, case numbers in Taiwan have started to rise again. There was a 15.5% increase in cases last week over the week before. Coming up after the break, we bring you the story of a young man striving to preserve Taiwan's traditional soy sauce brewing techniques. Find out why he insists on making it over a wood fire and fermenting it in the hot sun in a red vat. Spoiler alert, it's about more than just creating the perfect flavour. Stay with us.
Taiwan 最有人情味的地方。
Thanks for watching TaiwanPlus. For more great stories from Taiwan and around the world, please download the TaiwanPlus app.
Welcome back. You're watching TaiwanPlus News. Turning now to some top stories from around the world. The death toll from Pakistan's devastating flooding has passed 1,000, with officials warning it will rise further. The military has joined the rescue efforts, airlifting people from areas underwater. Heavy monsoon rains and flooding have affected more than 30 million people over the past few weeks. Millions have been displaced. The flooding has also washed away bridges and other infrastructure. Pakistan's climate change minister is calling the floods a climate-induced humanitarian disaster of epic proportions. The first step in NASA's plan to go back to the moon, a mission called Artemis 1, is ready for launch. The 6-week unmanned mission will test the rocket ship before it is deemed ready to fly with astronauts on board. Future Artemis missions could bring astronauts back to the moon as soon as 2025. More than 50 years after the last manned mission there. The program aims to set up a lunar colony that will eventually serve as a gateway to Mars. Back here on Earth, the Banqiao broadcasting station has lit up to celebrate Taiwan's National Cultural Heritage Day. Under restoration for more than a year, the historic site in New Taipei is ready for a sneak peek. Yu Jinghuang has more.
It's a big night for the old Banqiao broadcasting station. After sitting unused for years, it's starting a new life as an art and culture center. To introduce its new role to the public, the new Taipei city government teamed up with Contemporary Legend Theater. They gave a preview of what's ahead for the historic site.
我们一定会把中华文化的艺术、美学、哲学，甚至于亲情的幼子教育，全部带到这个园区来，把我们这一生所知道的浪漫传给我们的民众。
For years, the radio station built in 1930 had been sitting lifeless in the busy downtown area. But with Contemporary Legend Theater taking over, the old broadcasting site will be turned into a space for audiences to experience immersive art performances and culture. There will be a digital theater that combines technology and performing arts, as well as a story house that holds a collection of Banqiao-themed books. Local residents welcome the station's rebirth.
我觉得很好啊，就是难得在市区里面有一个古迹的地方，然后如果以后加入一些艺文活动，我觉得可以活化整个老旧社区。
It's expected to become a tourist site, drawing visitors from around the country. This family traveled to New Taipei from the neighboring city of Taoyuan just for the show.
老少咸宜吧，对，大家都可以来这边，就是吃饱饭在这边这样子看个剧，这样子还蛮舒服的。
The venue will host series of activities through the end of September as part of National Cultural Heritage Day celebrations. With its first play after the restoration a big success, Banqiao Broadcasting Station is gearing up to officially raise the curtain early next year. James Renner and Eugene Huang for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan baseball legend Peng Zhengming helped kick off Taiwan Day celebrations at the New York Mets Stadium in the Big Apple. The retired professional baseball player known as Captain Taiwan threw the first pitch of the game. 35,000 people turned out for the 17th annual celebration of friendship with Taiwan. The New York team has hosted a Taiwan Day event every season since 2005. This year, promotional ticket holders got a Mets replica jersey with Taiwan and the number 1 on the back. Before the game against the Colorado Rockies, Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen addressed the crowd by video.
Hi, Mets fans. It's wonderful to see you all again on this year's Mets Taiwan Day. I'm sure that baseball fans in Taiwan and the U.S. are all enjoying being back at the ballpark, with life returning to normal as the pandemic subsides. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the United States for donating 4 million vaccine doses to Taiwan. Through such generosity, we were able to overcome the pandemic and get back to our beloved baseball games.
From the major leagues, we turn now to the little leagues. Taiwan's young players have snatched third place in an international tournament. The team from Taipei's Fulin Elementary School represented the Asia-Pacific region in the Little League World Series held in the U.S. state of Pennsylvania. They beat out the Tennessee team 2-0. It's Taiwan's best performance at the tournament in 12 years. Taiwan is trying to squeeze out domestic sales following China's bans on some citrus fruits and other agricultural products. Ken Ning has the details.
Taiwan exported over 48,000 tons of pomelos to China last year, but unexpected sanctions by Beijing mean there will be a glut. It's just one of a number of products, including some fish, that have been blocked by China, largely seen as a result of political backlash. Supermarkets are packaging grouper and other banned fish alongside pomelos and selling them at rock-bottom prices.
那9块钱是因为这是一个铜板价，那也希望能够帮助农民稳定这个市场价格。预计采购量大概是100万颗以上的文旦。
Taiwanese pomelos are popular on both sides of the strait, especially during the Mid-Autumn Festival, an important holiday which falls on September 10th this year. But to encourage people to tuck into the juicy fruit well past the holiday period, the Council of Agriculture says the special deals will continue as long as the fruit is in season.
我们情人节我们送巧克力，但是没有情人节我们还是在吃巧克力。所以说中秋过后也欢迎大家来享用我们的文旦。
China is Taiwan's largest trading partner. As tensions rise steadily with its giant neighbor, many people in Taiwan hope that the appetite for homegrown products can continue to grow. Kama Xu and Ken Ning for TaiwanPlus.
Soy sauce is thousands of years old, but traditional brewing methods are disappearing. One member of a family with a long history in the industry is intent on not only preserving these old techniques, but also sharing Taiwan's soy sauce with the world. Here's their story.
现代的人离土地太远。 不太了解自己的食物，我想要透过用自然农法的黑豆做出来的酱油，好让更多人注意到生产者还有土地之间的关系还有故事。我们家做酱油已经60几年的时光。 我哥很像就象征着创新的那一方，我爸就是守旧的那一方，在哥哥跟爸爸的2个初衷里面找到一个平衡。我们家的创新就是把60年前的老味道不断的找回来。早期在阿公那个年代做酱油膏的方法很简单，就是用白米，而且是生米哦，然后跟酱油直接开始煮。很麻烦的是，其实这样煮的过程中很容易烧焦。 所以我在过程中要不断的搅拌，我就在思考说，为什么这样的酱油已经消失在这个时代？其实最关键的部分并不是大家没有这样子的技术，而是你愿不愿意花时间去做出这样子的酱油膏。做酱油太辛苦了，甚至爸爸还会说一句话，就是“你哪不爱喝塔塞膏，等来这个导游”。 而当我们今天走得越远，然后认识越多人的过程里面，我们才发现那句话其实是爸爸对于自己产业没有自信的一种表现。真的投入这个酱油产业之后，然后也去接触同业，帮他们记录一些他们的故事啊、理念，然后还有一些制成的特色。我才发现台湾的黑豆酱油很特别的地方是，不同的地域、不同的手法，黑豆酱油酿造的盐水比例就会产生完全不一样的香味。 我开始慢慢有一个使命，就是说该如何把这个黑豆酱油让世界上更多人知道，所以我们才会有这么多的一个行动，跟同业一起，我们去举办一个酱业的联展。我们接下来也会出一款吃得到台湾风土的酱油礼盒，5家共同联合，期待说我们台湾黑豆酱油不同地区的酿造产业，我们合成一个国际酿造联盟，让这个产业更加蓬勃。 回到家之后，除了做酱油以外，我们又住在云林。那云林有2个问题是我们比较常在接触的，一个是农业议题，另外一个就是青年回归的问题。进家乡可能就举着手，然后高呼说我要做3件事情。第一件事情是希望跟街区的人一起学英文。 第二个呢，就希望透过读书会让大家慢慢找回自己的一个价值感。最后一个是地方志，我们想要用文字记录，然后让在地的年轻人看到这些故事之后，对于自己的家乡有更高的一个认知感。可是我往往没想到，这样美好的梦想存在我自己的一个想象而已。我做错一件事情是，我并没有好好的去做蹲点，然后先了解整个地方，才去做一件事情。在很认真投入自己的酱油事业里面，我有一个很大的觉悟，就是当我们今天找到自己喜欢做的事情的时候，我们对于自己的人生的态度就会变得不卑不亢。你也不会去跟别人比较怎么还没有成功，因为那个就是你想做的事情。
Thank you for watching TaiwanPlus News. I'm Yin Khvat. Finally, we leave you with images of almost 16,000 musicians and singers breaking the record for the world's biggest concert in Bogota, the capital city of Colombia. For more stories from Taiwan and around the world, please download the TaiwanPlus app. Stay safe and see you next time.